Oh, sorry, Dr. Pamjit Pamar.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, as always, social services and housing sector is a huge commitment of this national government. And talking about social services, Mr. Speaker, that's why we have committed $652 million in Budget 2016 to help New Zealanders in need. Mr. Chair, it's a significant amount, $652 million package over 4 years. This package includes $200 million for new services for young people and children. It includes $50 million for helping people get into work, including people with complex health needs. It includes $43 million to help 150,000 students, those who are at risk of educational failure. It also includes $36 million to make houses safer, warmer, and healthier. Mr. Chair, a social investment approach that we have in this government is working really well for us. We are seeing that the lives of low-income New Zealanders are improving because of our social investment approach. And that's why, Mr. Chair, Budget 2016 is committed to our social investment approach, and it is also providing for meeting the demand of increasing social services which are required to fulfill the demand of the population that we have. And Mr. Chair, we have also seen that with our social investment approach, the number of people, those who are relying on benefit, that number is going down, and actually that number has gone down significantly, and that as a result has reduced the long-term welfare system's fiscal cost for current and future taxpayers by $12 billion. Yes, Mr. Chair, $12 billion. And that's why our current taxpayers and future taxpayers are going to be grateful to this national government for making that saving for our taxpayers. Mr. Chair, as a result, we have a fewer number of children in benefit-dependent families because these people are in training or in employment, and they have a new way of life, Mr. Chair, because of our social investment approach. And talking about benefits, is this national government that gave benefit increase by $25. This is first time in 43 years. Mr. Chair, we are also reforming the child, youth and family system because we know that the current system is not working for us. The current system is not giving us the results that are desired from the child, youth and family system. We want to have a system, as Minister Antoli keeps saying, that we want the system that is focused on children. It's about providing right kind of interventions. It's about providing right kind of support during transition process, and to see that these young people don't get into fields where we don't want them to get into. We want to see them doing well in their life. Mr. Chair, this national government is committed for people, and we want to see that people are doing best in their life. Mr. Chair, we are also setting up first child sex offender register. This is a huge commitment of this national government to protect our young people from sex offenders. And yes, this is not going to be publicly available. It will be available only to authorized police and corrections staff. It will be available to third parties only if felt appropriate. And with a targeted approach, Mr. Chair, we have seen positive results, and that's why we have just passed the legislation to invest $61 million to extend youth services to 19-year-old beneficiaries with children and 18 and 19-year-old beneficiaries without children who are considered to be at significant risk of long-term welfare dependency. Mr. Chair, we have committed $41 million for emergency housing. And this is first time government has committed for emergency housing. This is $41 million for 3,000 places per year. This is going to help people get into emergency housing when they need it. This will be done through non-government organizations, and it's expected that first contract will be in place from September this year. And this is also for providing emergency housing special needs grant for individuals and families to cover their temporary housing cost. So, Mr. Chair, looking at emergency housing, that area is well covered. We are also making houses safer, warmer, and healthier. And for that, Mr. Chair, we have already introduced new minimum standards for insulation and smoke alarms. As Minister Nick Smith already spoke about the advantages of having smoke alarms and the case that we have seen where it has already saved lives, Mr. Chair, that is already showing us results. So that has already kicked in from 1st of July. All residential rental properties are required to have an operational smoke alarm, and the insulation requirements are going to kick in from 1st of July 2020.
Sue Moroney.